Hello IG Garage family. So is your car running rich, maybe overheating, or showing some weird temperature readings? If your scanner is showing P0117, your engine coolant temperature sensor is actually sending a low voltage signal. What does P0117 mean? Well, the P0117 trouble code stands for Engine Coolant Temperature Sensor Circuit Low Input. This basically means the ECU is getting a voltage signal that's lower than expected from the ECT sensor, which can totally trick the system into thinking the engine is way too hot. Symptoms of P0117 can include, a check engine light coming on, overheating issues, or maybe inaccurate temperature gauge readings, poor fuel economy because the engine's running too rich, engine misfires or a rough idle, and sometimes the cooling fan just runs constantly. Common causes of P0117 are, first, a faulty ECT sensor. A damaged sensor might just be sending the wrong readings. Second, shorted wiring or a corroded connector, broken or shorted wires can send a low signal. Third, coolant system issues, like low coolant levels or a malfunctioning thermostat, which can really mess with the sensor readings. And finally, in rare cases, ECU problems. A faulty ECU can misinterpret the sensor data. So, where is the ECT sensor actually located? Well, the engine coolant temperature sensor is usually found near the thermostat housing, either on the cylinder head or the intake manifold. In some vehicles, you'll actually find two ECT sensors, one that's used by the ECU for engine management, and another one dedicated to the dashboard temperature gauge. Now, talking about the wiring harness location, the ECT sensor generally comes with 2 or 3 wires. There's one for the sensor signal, one for ground, and sometimes there's a reference voltage wire as well. It's important to check for any damaged, corroded, or loose connections here. And here's a tip. If you notice your cooling fan running all the time, your ECU might be getting incorrect temperature readings, which could be caused by a bad sensor or a wiring issue. Alright, let's walk through the steps to diagnose and fix that P0117 code. First, check coolant levels. Make sure the coolant is at the correct level, and, top it off if needed, and check for any leaks. Next, inspect the thermostat, because a stuck open or closed thermostat can really mess with the sensor readings. Then, check and clean the ECT sensor. Disconnect the sensor and clean the connector pins, and also inspect the sensor for any damage or cracks. After that, test the sensor with a multimeter. You'll want to measure the resistance at different temperatures and compare those readings to the manufacturer's specs. Don't forget to inspect the wiring and connectors. Look for frayed, loose, or broken wires, and if you see corrosion, clean them up with some electrical contact cleaner. If you find the sensor is faulty, go ahead and replace the ECT sensor with a new OEM one. Finally, reset the code and take a test drive. Just use an OBD-II scanner to clear that P0117 code, then drive the car and keep an eye out to see if the check engine light comes back on. So that's basically how you fix a P0117 engine coolant temperature sensor circuit low input. If your car is overheating, running rich, or showing incorrect temperature readings, make sure to check your ECT sensor, the wiring, and the thermostat. For more expert car fixes, check out these videos next. P0005, fuel shutoff valve control circuit or open, and P0006, fuel shutoff valve control circuit low. If this video helped you out, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more car repair tips from IG Garage. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.